Have you ever thought about how some people come into our lives and become so close to our hearts as if we have known them for centuries? Why do some relationships feel so deep at the very first meeting? Is it all just coincidence? Or is there an invisible thread that keeps souls connected across lifetimes? Paramhansa Yogananda says that no relationship is formed by chance. It is part of the soul's old journey. Today, we will talk about this deep and mysterious subject. Is every relationship connected to past lives? In this video, you will learn how the karma and relationships from our past lives affect our current life and how every soul comes into our life with a specific purpose. So, let's embark on an emotional and spiritual journey to see our relationships from a new perspective. Part 1. Every relationship is not just of this lifetime, it is a journey of the soul. The bond of relationships does not begin only with the start of this life. Sometimes it feels like a person suddenly comes into our life and becomes very close to our heart in just a short time. Neither have we seen them before, nor is there a long history exists. It happens, yet the soul recognizes that person. Why? Because according to Paramhansa Yogananda, the journey of the soul is not just of one birth, it is the story of many lifetimes. When the soul takes birth in this world repeatedly, the karma and the associated spiritual connections come along in each birth. Yogananda explains that just as we leave an incomplete task to finish later, souls also carry unfinished relationships, unfulfilled love, or pent-up anger into the next life. That's why some relationships are very easy, while others are full of constant struggle. All of this is influenced by the karma and emotions from past lives. For example, a stranger who comes into our life to help us for no reason might be an old friend or a benefactor soul. Every soul returns to this world to balance its karma according to the divine plan and thus meets those souls with whom it has unfinished connections. Paramhansa Yogananda states that karma and attachment bind the soul to each other. Therefore, when you feel a depth in a relationship or when some connection is beyond understanding, it is possible that the soul has been connected to you before. Part 2. The secret of karma: how soul connections relate to past lives. When we talk about soul connections, their deepest foundation is karma. Paramhansa Yogananda clearly explains that every action, every emotion, every relationship we create in this life, its seed is sown in our conscious and subconscious mind, and that seed later determines the direction of our next life. Now imagine, in past lives you loved someone, but that relationship remained incomplete for some reason. That feeling remains in your conscious and subconscious, and when the soul takes birth again, that incomplete feeling, that unfinished energy comes back to write a new story. The same soul, new body, new relationship, but the same spiritual attraction. Similarly, if we have done injustice to someone, caused them pain, or left behind any debt, then the soul returns to complete that unfinished karma. Therefore, many times in our lives, there are people we are very attracted to for no apparent reason. All of this is the result of our past life deeds. Yogananda refers to it as the magnetism of karma. Every soul attracts others according to its deeds, whether they are as parents, life partners, or even just a passerby who comes to help you at some point. Understanding this mystery is very important for us because only then can we begin to see our relationships not just from emotional or expectation-based perspectives, but from a spiritual viewpoint. When a relationship breaks or someone gives us pain, instead of complaining, we can realize that it is also a part of the soul's learning and perhaps a payment of some old debt. Sometimes, the soul returns to heal old wounds, sometimes to recognize long-lost love, and sometimes to learn how to love unconditionally. Part 3. Do souls take birth together repeatedly? The spiritual cycle of relationships and its resolution. Many people wonder if we meet the same souls in every birth that we were previously connected with. Is our mother, father, life partner, or any special friend the same that existed in previous lives, Paramhansa Yogananda speaks beautifully on this subject. The soul is reborn repeatedly on the path toward God until it achieves complete liberation. And in this journey, those souls with whom it has a deep karmic connection keep returning to its life until the karma is fulfilled. It's just like a play where the characters do not change, but the roles and circumstances change in every birth. A mother in one life can be a daughter in the next. A husband can become a brother next time. From the soul's perspective, this body is merely clothing. The depth of relationships exists at the level of the soul. That's why sometimes we instantly understand certain people as if we've known them for years. Meanwhile, some people have a significant impact on our lives, even if they are only present for a short time. These are signs of spiritual connections that have persisted from previous lives. So are we bound by these spiritual ties? The answer is yes, as long as there is karma left. However, when the soul fulfills its karma with love, forgiveness, and understanding, then these bonds gradually comes to an end. So when a relationship is difficult, there is a need for understanding, not complaints. Because there the soul has come to teach something. Perhaps patience, perhaps forgiveness, or perhaps sacrifice. Paramhansa Yogananda says that the ultimate purpose of every soul is to unite with God. But as long as it remains trapped in soul attachment, anger, hatred, and ego, it has to be reborn over and over again. And until then, the same souls keep returning to the same relationships to provide the incomplete lessons to the soul. Therefore, when we understand that our relationships are not just a story of this birth, but a part of the entire journey of the soul, then we can see relationships from a new perspective. Every relationship then becomes an opportunity for love, forgiveness, and liberation. So what is the solution? Increase love and compassion in your relationships. Learn to accept unconditionally. Try to understand others' mistakes. And most importantly, seek the peace within yourself through meditation and self-reflection. Only then can the soul be freed from this cycle. And only then do we understand that every relationship exists for a reason, a purpose behind it. It is possible that the greatest test of your life is the very soul that was your dearest in your past life. And the one who is teaching you the most today is your oldest companion, the soul's partner. If you are connected to this subject, it is not mere coincidence. Perhaps your soul is also searching for answers to its old questions. Pay attention, think, and begin to see every relationship from the perspective of the soul. This is the true teaching of Yogananda. Every experience is part of the soul's awakening. If these words have touched your heart, do not stop this journey here.